Hey everyone. So we are in the Khan Academy Algebra 1 class. We're going to look today at Unit 2, and we're going to do the unit test. So hopefully this helps you out. Let's start the unit test. 9 questions. All right. So this one asks, how many solutions does the following equation have? So it looks like I have a -9 that I'm going to distribute here. So we'll say that's -9x. And then -9 times +6 is -54. So -9x minus 54. Oops, 54. And on the right side, I have -9x plus 108. So what I notice is that I have the -9x on both sides. What's going to happen here? So I can add 9x to both sides, but see what's going to happen. So if I add 9x, add 9x, it turns out the x's all kind of go away. So if you balance this equation, the -9x on both sides, those cancel out, and you're left with -54 equals 108. So we're left with just kind of a false statement at the end. So -54 does not equal 108. This is a sign that we do not have a solution here. So there's no value that I could plug in for x to make this equation true. So it looks like we're going to have no solution. So let's see. All right, very nice. This one. All right. This one says reduce any fractions to the lowest terms. I'm solving for b. Don't round my answer. Don't use mixed fractions. Okay, so I'm going to add 67b to both sides here. These are going to get my b terms together. 7b. So on the left side, I have 6, and that is less than or equal to 9b plus 67b is 76b. And then I have the plus 43. So I'm going to subtract 43 from both sides. It's going to give me 76b. I'm just kind of flipping the order here, just the way I like to do it. 76b, it's on the greater than side, so it's greater than or equal to. And then it's going to be minus 43, minus 43. So 6 minus 43 is going to be negative 37. Yeah. So hopefully that's right. I'm going to divide both sides by 76. And I think it's going to give me like a strange fraction here. So I'm going to get over 76 over 76. And I believe I'm left with b is greater than or equal to negative 37 over 76. That's a really strange answer, but I think 37 is a prime number, so I don't think we can divide the top and bottom by anything. So let's try it out. B greater than or equal to negative 37 over 76. Let's try it out. Oh, wow. Got it. Very nice. All right, next one. All right, it says answer 2 questions about equations A and B. So equation A says 5 equals -2 times x minus 1. B says 5 equals -2x plus 2. Let's see. So if we just kind of distribute the -2, it's going to give us 5 equals -2x. Then -2 times -1 is plus 2. So it looks like A and B are the same equation, it seems to me. So I need to choose one answer. How can we get equation B from equation A? It looks like you just distribute the -2. So let's find that answer. Rewrite one or both sides by combining like terms. I don't know if I like that. Rewrite one or both sides by using the distributive property. I think that might be right. Of distributing that -2. So I think I like that one. C says, oh my goodness, what is happening here? C says multiply, divide both sides by the same non-zero constants. That's not really what we're doing. We're just distributing the -2. Multiply or divide both sides by the same variable expression. We're not multiplying and dividing both sides by anything. We're just distributing the -2. So I like B, rewrite one side. It's not both, just one side using the distributive property. So I like that one. Based on the answer, based on the previous answer, are the equations equivalent? In other words, they have the same solution. Yeah, so we saw what I did first is I distributed the -2, and it looks like both of these equations are exactly the same. So I'm going to say, yes, they have the same solution. All right, very nice. So the way I'm going to think of this, if I do it, assuming that I haven't seen these questions before, so it's probably like a lot of you. So what I'm going to do is you can think of it as trying to solve these equations. So if I try to solve A, if I add 20x to both sides, the x's are actually just going to go away. The negative 20x's will go away. Those are going to cancel out. I'm going to be left with 40 equals 20. So similarly to what we just saw, if we're left with a false statement, 40 equals 20, this one appears to have no solution because you're kind of stuck. As you try to solve it, you get stuck and you're going to be left with a false statement. So A, I believe, has no solution. So I'll check that. Let's see if that's the case with B and C and D. With B, you would maybe subtract 20x from both sides. That's going to give you minus 20x. So the left side that's gone, we're going to be left with 40 equals 20x plus 20. 40 equals 20x plus 20. I can subtract 20 from both sides. You're going to be able to solve this out. So you're going to get x equals 1. So because there's a solution, this does not count as one of our answers. We're looking for the ones with no solution. With C, if we subtract 40x from both sides, the x's will go away. And again, we'll be left with a false statement, 40 equals 20. So I like C as well. And then with D, if I add 40x to both sides, for example, I'm going to be, let's see, add 40x, add 40x. It's going to be similar to B, where I'm going to be able to get one answer. Cross out, cross out. You're going to get 40 equals 60x plus 20. So similarly, you'll be able to get a single answer. So it looks like it's not D. So it looks like A and C, when we try to solve those, we're going to be left with a false statement. That means there's no solution. So I'm going to clear everything here. Looks like A and C. Very nice. All right. This one says solve for x. Assume the equation has a solution for x. Okay. So it looks like maybe I'll distribute this d. So I'm gonna get negative 3d. D times x is plus dx. On the right side, I have kx. Oh my goodness, kx plus 9. All right, so this is like super messy. This doesn't look fun to me. Let me just change my color here. So I want to solve for x, get x by itself. So what I'm going to do, I have a dx and a kx. I'm going to move those to one side, get everything else on the other side. So let's start by adding 3d to both sides. That's going to give us dx equals kx. And we're adding 3 to both sides. So these adding 3d. So it's going to be kx plus 9 plus 3d, adding 3d to both sides. It's an absolute mess. What I'm going to do now, I want my x's all together, so I'll subtract kx. My goodness. So this is giving me dx minus kx equals 3d plus 9, or it could be 9 plus 3d, which is kind of the way my brain is reformatting this. Oh my goodness. So now I have the k's here. I can pull the k out, or sorry, the x. I can pull the x out of both terms. So I make this x times d minus k. If I redistributed the x, it would give me dx minus kx. That's the same thing. And 3d plus 9. So what I'm going to do now is to get x by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by d minus k over d minus k. So I'm hoping to give this to me. So the d minus k's will cancel out. On the right side, I'm left with 3d plus 9 over d minus k. So my hope, I'm solving for x. My hope is that it likes this answer. I'm going to put it in parentheses. So the numerator is 3d minus 9. And the denominator is d minus k. Cross my fingers, pray. Not quite yet. So let's pause this. So I just saw the mistake. We did it all right. We put in 3D minus 9. I don't know why I did that. Our answer is 3D plus 9. So we just mixed up the sign there. It was plus 9, not minus 9. Yep. There we go. So it seems very messy, but that is the answer that Con gets as well. So there we go. All right. Quiz drawings. All right. This one seems more straightforward. We're going to solve for C. I'm going to subtract 5C from both sides. So that's going to give me on the right side 5C. So we're going to have 16.5 equals 13.5 plus 5C. That's the result of subtracting 5C from both sides. Now, I'll get C is already kind of by itself. I want to subtract 13.5 from both sides. So it's going to be 5C equals 16.5 minus 13.5, which is 3. So C, I'm going to divide both sides by 5. It's 3/5. 3/5. So answer there. 3/5. Very nice. All right, let's check this one out. It says 9F equals 1/2 times 12F minus 2. So on the left side, we have 9F. On the right side, 1/2 times 12F is 6F. It's half as many F's. And then negative 2 times a half is negative 1, minus 1. I'm going to subtract 6F from both sides. That's going to give me 3F equals negative 1. Divide both sides by 3. F is negative 1/3. So let's check that out. Negative third, Shala, and yes. Carolina goes to a paintball field that charges an entrance fee of $18 and 8 cents per ball. The field has a promotion that says get $10 off if you spend $75 or more. That's cool. Carolina wonders how many paintballs she needs to buy along with the entrance fee to go to the promotion. So to me, her price starts at $18, and then we're going to add on 8 cents per ball. So it's going to be 8 cents times the number of balls. Maybe we'll call that B. So this is going to be how much she pays, $18 plus 8 cents per ball, and we need that to be greater than or equal to $75 in order to get the discount. So I think, let's see, option A, no, option B. I'm seeing 18 plus 0.08B. That looks the same, but I need it to be greater than or equal to 75. So it's not A. It looks like B is going to be the answer here. The price 18 plus 8 cents per ball, that needs to be bigger than 75 or equal to 75 to get the discount. How many balls does she need to buy? Okay, so now we can solve this. So I have 0.08B. You see greater than or equal to, I will subtract 18 from both sides. So that's going to give me 57, I think. All right. So let's change color here. So now I'm going to divide both sides by 0.08. This is going to get rid of the 0.08 in front of the B. 0.8. These cancel out. So B needs to be greater than or equal to 57 divided by 0.08. So I need to do that math. I show calculator. 57 divided by 0.08. Wow, 712.5 balls. So she could buy 713 balls, and that will put her over, that will get her into the discount. 712 balls will not get her into the discount. 713 will. So I think it's going to be 713 paintballs. Sounds like a lot, random number, but there we go. All right, create the drawings. All right, this one says straightforward. Solve for X. So I have an inequality here and inequality here. So I'm going to solve both of these for X and see what I get. So with the one on the left, I have negative 9x. I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. So that'll be less than 12. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 9. This is going to flip my inequality sign. When you multiply or divide by a negative, the inequality sign flips. So these negative 9s cancel. I have x. My inequality sign flips. It's greater than 12 over negative 9. The number is going to be negative. It's going to reduce to 4/3. Divide top and bottom by 3. So greater than negative 4/3. So I think I like potentially C. I like potentially A. So let's now figure out what the second inequality comes out to. So this one, if I subtract 25 from both sides, I'm going to have 13x is less than -1 minus 25 is -26. Divide both sides by 13. X is less than -2. So I like answer A because it has both of those. Less than -2, greater than -4/3. The only problem with this, so let's look at this at a number line. So it's like, it's not that it's trying to trick us, but we have to think about this. So if x is less than -2, here is 0, here is -2, +2, that's -2. So we need a number that is less than -2, and the number also needs to be less than, or sorry, greater than, over here, greater than -4/3. So -4/3, if you do this on your calculator, you get -1.333. So it's like here and to the right. So I need a number that is both in the blue and in the red. The problem is there are no numbers that are both in the blue and in the red. So even though A is right mathematically, there's actually no numbers that fit that criteria. Because in the question it says and. So we need a number that works for both. There are no numbers that are less than -2 and greater than -4/3. So I'm going to go with no solution here. No solution. Very nice. All right. So that's everything. So hopefully this helped you out. Yeah, and have fun.